What's this? Looks like a mattress. Are we gonna sleep out here tonight?
You can sleep on this if you want. It's gonna be harder than a mattress. This is my plywood for my building.
Oh, plywood. Not a mattress.
Somebody in our videos asked about the building I'm turning into a
Shed.
outside shed. Why it had wire on the side? Well, the wire was on the side because I used to have pheasants in there. I'm just going to put the plywood over top of the wire.
And so what are you doing now?
Now I'm going to put some coconut shell in these and use them for our planter.
Cool. It's freezing, guys.
We're doing greenhouse work.
Yeah, the greenhouse is warm. It's freezing.
It's not freezing, it's just damp. Careful going down the hill. You don't want to break your wrist again.
He's being a little bit of a smarty pants today. Here we go.
Cats must have got that.
Ooh, you okay?
Yeah, I tripped on my own.
Oh, the mole?
No, the quail.
Oh, real? Quail got loose.
One of my male quails got loose, and I tried catching it, and he went underneath that building.
Oh, that one?
And that's the last I saw of him.
Uh-oh, if he went under that one.
I've got extra males, so it's no big deal. The cat probably got it, knowing our cat.
Yeah.
She's the huntress.
She probably had quail for breakfast.
Or for supper last night. She was gone for a long time.
Yeah, but I thought the quail got loose today.
No, it got loose last night when I did chores.
Oh.
All
Oh,
right.
it is nice and toasty in here. Oh, it feels good.
I'm just going to hang that there for now.
So what's in here?
Hanging on this. What's in here? Don't want to open them, but
You can just say.
it's got the moisture building up in there. I have some cherry tomatoes, some Full-Ju jalapeno peppers. Now, Full-Ju jalapeno peppers are a jalapeno pepper. They taste like a jalapeno pepper, but they have no heat. They're not hot at all. You can pick them right off just like a bell pepper and eat it. But I like the Full-Ju jalapenos because I like to make the jalapeno poppers with the cream cheese centers and everything. And that's what I do once we get a bunch of them. They will turn red, but you can eat them also when they're green. I put in some sweet banana peppers, some cherry tomatoes, some beefsteak tomatoes, some butter crunch lettuce. Now they're a small head of lettuce, very small. Each head will make a nice salad for somebody. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else I put in there. There's 4 different types of things in this one. And there's 2 different types in this one. Because I've got the beefsteak tomatoes and the lettuce in here. And I have the jalapenos. Oh, the mini bell peppers.
Oh, okay.
The little tiny peppers you get at the store. The different colored ones.
We buy them at the grocery store, and then what do? We plant them. We plant them, though.
No, I eat them. I love them.
No, you save the seeds sometimes.
Well, I save the seeds, yeah. They say, oh, you can't do that. Done it for 2 years now, and they still grow. But what we're going to do is these coconut shells, you can get these just about anywhere. And you can get them at Lowe's, too. And we get the coconut liners from Lowe's. Now, sometimes you have to redo the liners each season. You get them set pretty centered, and this is the scoop I was telling you about, Ruth.
Ruthie.
Ruth.
Ruth. My name is Ruth.
Your name is Ruth.
My nickname is Ruthie.
Alright, there's the basket set in there, and I'll take the tag off it. Got a garbage can over here, all set. It's almost 70 in here.
Feels good.
It does feel good. Well, I got that little heater over here, which kicks on and off as it needs to. I have it set at about 70, so it's working out nice. Now, I mixed up some soil, so I'm going to use that to fill these. And I probably got to mix up some more for the next planter. But what we're going to do with this, and Ruthie got laughing at me, but I was totally serious. I like green beans, and I like picking them right off the plant and eating them fresh. And I figure if I get pole beans, they will cascade down from a hanging basket. Instead of growing up a pole, they'll vine down. So they'll hang down, and we're going to put marigolds in the center for color.
And that's going to be
And that's going to be in our front yard. People from the road won't be able to tell they're green beans, but
they're pretty leaves.
if we get setting on the porch and I feel like getting a snack, I can walk over and grab a couple green beans. That's my philosophy.
And one of my favorite flowers is squash flowers. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I like them. They're pretty. It's the difference between that and the daylily, right?
One more scoop in there, I guess. I don't want them too heavy or they pop out on the sides here.
But this is going to stay in the greenhouse for a little bit,
Yeah, we're going to.
just to get it going.
Pat it down a little bit so it takes the shape of the bowl. There it goes. I'm not gonna probably hang
You
it.
can't, I don't think you can. Can you? Oh, I guess you can.
It'll just keep it from getting knocked over or whatever. I still have one more of these left, so that I can plant some more things in there. But I better mix up some more soil. This is peat moss. Just a couple scoops of that because that's to help retain the water in the soil. And I have the garden soil here. Chickens are singing. Must be somebody's laying an egg. Couldn't figure out what that noise was at first. Mix that up. See what needs a little more soil or whatever. This gives me a chance to bust up any of the lumps that are in that soil. Probably gonna need just another scoop of the dirt. You end up having all your soil gone, Ruth. I'll give you another. Get you another bag.
I've been doing a lot of planting, repotting house plants, and I still have some outside flowers to plant and stuff.
Well, I'll mix you up a batch of this.
Oh, that'd be nice. I appreciate it.
Got it for your planters. I would still take anything that's in your planters, throw the root things that are in the planters out of it, and mix the soil right with this so that you.
Hey,
I want to do our strawberries too.
I'm a little bit worried too that sago is really poisonous.
You don't have to. Just on the.
No, I'm telling you this, that when you're planting the green beans, that sago behind you can kill you. I mean, that's a really poisonous plant.
Well, I'm not
Just make sure.
planting it with them.
I know, just be careful.
Be careful.
And I was complaining because I got some kind of a rash. I think it was from the house plant. Either the Norfolk pine, which I replanted those, or the pygmy date palm. They're not poisonous, but I'm not even sure if I got a rash from them, but it won't kill you, but
Boy,
it's
that is
uncomfortable.
one noisy chicken, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the guinea hens were going before that.
Maybe that's a noisy chicken.
What I was saying, dear, is you might want to move that sago. You're not worried about it?
It's not like the poison's going to jump on me.
Okay.
You need to start thinking like a farmer.
Okay. Yes, that helped me with plants too, because some of your plants, like your rhubarb, your tomatoes, they're poisonous. And you just got to be practical. You just don't eat them. But don't be sloppy either.
Rhubarb leaves are poisonous. The stalks are not.
Right. Same with tomatoes. The fruit's fine.
Tomatoes are fine, but the plant itself is poisonous.
And then you get people
They're
with...
in the
Yeah, go ahead.
deadly nightshade family. In case you've never heard that.
Oh, I didn't know this. Where have you been all my life?
Farming.
Just think, dear, if you weren't on strike and my...
I'm not on strike.
No, when we met
Oh,
and my company didn't lay me off, we would never have met.
well. After I was separated from my ex-wife, I was feeling lonely, so that's when I got on the internet to try to find somebody. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of red flags out there for that game.
What made you pick me?
Actually, that same words. I saw Ruthie's profile and it said, "Pick me, pick me." And because my ex-wife had no sense of humor, I was looking for somebody with a sense of humor.
I thought that was pretty darn funny. Pick me, pick me. Because I was in sales. I am a little bit of a card. But it was funny because I had prayed. And I felt like I was supposed to tell the owner of our company I was going to leave. And he said, because I said, I work for Lazy Boy. And I said, Andrew, I think I'm just going to leave. I feel like my sales aren't where they should be. It's why would I quit my job? I don't know. But anyway, and my boss says to me, he goes, Ruthie, don't worry. We make allowances for things like that. And they were going to shut our franchise down. And unbeknown to me, they were going to lay off everyone that worked there. So he just laid me off like a couple weeks before everybody else got laid off. But it worked out nice because during that time, Clay's company was on strike. Otherwise, we worked all the time. Neither one of us would have met each other, huh?
The strike from where I'm at, the contractor came up, and like all companies, they wanted us to bend over backwards for them, but they didn't want to give us anything for return, so they were actually going to take money away from us.
And because my ex-Rex had got another girlfriend, I prayed. I was like, Lord, what do I do?
Well, my ex was fooling around on me. That's why.
Yeah, we were.
My marriage broke up.
So I
she'd wait till I went to work, and then because I was working nights at that time, and she'd run off with a boyfriend. So, once I came home in the wee hours of the morning, it was getting towards the end of summer, and the cars would have dew on the cars. And when I got home, I had to come home early one night. She was home, but her car was all dried off. And everybody else had dew on their cars, so I felt the hood, and the hood was still warm. At 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I kind of kept an eye on things. Really know why I'm telling you this. I mean,
No, it's good for other people to know what's
I
better.
kept an eye on things, and my company we got everything we had to do done in advance. So they said, well, anybody that wants to can go home early. So it was like 10 o'clock. And
In the morning, right?
10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
It was like 10 o'clock, so I said, well, I'll go home. So I got home, and her car wasn't here. So I learned in the past that one thing to look for is if your spouse is kind of sing-songing somebody's name, they have an infatuation with them. Well, she kept sing-songing this guy's name. Oh, he's so funny. And I remembered the guy's name. And I knew where he lived, only because that year was the year of the ice storm. And he gave my wife a bunch of chain link fence for the dog. So I had to go over and get it. So I knew where this guy lived, which was only about 4 or 5 miles from here. So I got back in my car and drove over there. Sure enough, her car was in his driveway, and all the lights were off in their house. So I left a little note in her car saying, "Ha, caught you. Don't bother." So she waited till the next night when I went to work, and then she came over and cleaned the house out. But that was the end of her. She didn't expect to get caught, and she did. Cheaters always get caught, and they never prosper. All right, so beyond that, I was alone for 9-10 months, I guess. So met somebody else. They were just looking for a sugar daddy. They were here for a couple of months. They waited until I was gone to work, and they brought a U-Haul in and cleaned everything out, my stuff included. So then, after she'd left, I'd lived alone for a couple more months. And then I said, well, I talked to the Lord, and I said, Lord, if I'm supposed to be with somebody, find me somebody to be with. If you can't do it by the 1st of June, I'll just take it that I'm not supposed to have anybody, and I'll live alone. So 2 weeks of that, and I was looking on the Yahoo Personals, see if there was anybody that was make a good person to be with. And that's when I saw Ruthie's little message, pick me, pick me. So I give Ruthie a call, and we seem to have hit it off pretty good. So
And then on my end, I was kind of at a loss because what do you do after being married for 22 years? And Clay was married too for a long
I was
time.
married for 24.
And so I was kind of scared, and I prayed, and I felt like God said, "You're in sales. Look for somebody online." So I put my name out there online. And we both have funny stories to tell about. We both had some. We can't talk too long because we only got like 5 minutes left. We had some really funny dates, and just about the time I think both of us were ready, like we're done with this, we met each other.
Yeah.
And it was just, and like the pick me, that was like something I put on near the end because it was like, at that point I didn't care. It's like, eh. And it's almost funny. And then we met, and it was like the first day we met, we just like knew. You know what I mean? Don't you think so, Clay?
I think everything worked out good.
Yep. And
We've been together 10 years now.
yeah, well, yep. We got married in 2011. So 8 years. So it was love at first.
Seems like 10 years.
I know. It was love at first sight. And I felt like when I met Clay, it was like I knew him my whole life. And I kept waiting for the ball to drop. And because I had two really bad marriages. And I thought, oh, he's going to be crazy like everyone else. And it never did. He was always very good to me. And so, but I kept thinking, and then, so we've been really happy. But it is possible. I mean, I would never suggest going online.
I wouldn't either. But my brother found somebody online. And
Yeah, it happens. But
I found somebody online, so it's not totally impossible.
But the men are all looking for one night stand, and the
Yeah.
girls are
If
all
you're looking for a
looking.
one night stand, go on a different website.
And the girls are all looking for someone to support. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying
I'm
that
not saying
that you have to
everybody
weed
either.
through the.
Just there's certain ones there was only certain reasons they were looking for.
And we were like each other's equal. We,
Yeah.
I had a
When I
house,
first
he had a
met
house. I
when
had
I
a good
first
job,
met
he had a good
Ruthie-
job.
When I first met Ruthie, she was like me with a blonde wig.
Yeah, that's what you say. She's like, but that doesn't mean. I mean, people get together and are all different. Doesn't mean because that's what happened to us. It was just, I mean, some people. It's the main thing is that you connect and you know it's right. And we both prayed about it, and I just knew when I met
There's
Clay. I just knew.
marigolds. I knew we had some.
And Clay
You
always.
want marigolds or the? Yeah, that's what you want. Right?
Clay wanted to take me to the park, or to the. He wanted to take me to the zoo.
I was going to take her to the zoo because if you're going to date somebody for the first time, you want to be somewhere where there's a lot of people.
And I said, take me to the park.
She says, take me to the park. Well, you think park, that's where people get killed and thrown in a ditch
I was so
somewhere.
green because it's been, like I said.
It's like, oh, I don't know about this one.
But we did. We hit it off. Okay, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you enjoy our planting. I hope you get to know us a little bit better. And so anyway, remember,
Big or small,
you too can be
can be a backyard farm and do your planting.
That's right.
Enjoy.
Bye-bye.